Okay, so we are here with Keke Palmer at the Blog Her Creators Summit, and you've had just like a kind of a casual few weeks, I would say. Okay, so Hustlers, let's just get right to it. The response to this movie, just react briefly, if you may.
You know, I thought to myself when we did the movie, this is a great movie. I love it. But you're biased maybe, so you don't know. Of course, you never know what people are going to react when they see a film. But to get the response, and the critical acclaim and all those other great things, it's an awesome feeling when people respond that way to your work.
Yeah, and especially a movie that is so diverse, diverse cast, female dominated.
Yes.
What does this say about movies that are female dominated doing so well in the box office?
I don't know why there's that idea, of course in our society there's so many weird ideas that we have to deal with, or the thought that women can't do something like this or this kind of thing can't exist. I think it just proves that that's total crap shit, and that, this is just a great movie. This is a cinematic film. It has a great story. It has a lot of heart. It's fun. It's funny. But at the same time, I feel like it's so well-rounded, and I give all those props to Lorene, the director, and the writer.
And when it came to bonding with the women on set, because this movie is so much about female friendships, and you have said how much you loved working with your scene partner, Lily, and Lily. J-Lo, Constance, Cardi, all of these women. I mean, how did you create this incredible bond that really translated to on screen?
I think it came from a sense of respect that we all had for each other and what we were doing. The respect we had also for Lorene and the excitement we had for the project. So just that idea of putting our best foot forward. And then over the course of that, you're spending long hours with everyone, and you start to get to know everybody. You're like, okay, and I'm always into the signs, so that's my icebreaker. I'm like, what sign are you? I found out immediately that Lily was a Virgo, and that's how we immediately hit it off. And then, of course, I grew up loving J-Lo. I love Constance's work as well, and all the other girls that I met throughout the project. I mean, it's just, you're there all the time, and you end up having these special moments that end up creating a bond.
Absolutely. And is there any moment in the film, now that it's out, that you were really excited for people to see from you? Like, were you like, I am bursting with this moment?
The craziest scene that I had in a movie that I was excited for people to see is when I run away in the Swimona swimsuit, not to spoil it for anyone, when we're doing something bad, and I'm like, I'm not trying to be a part of it, and I run off. I thought when I read that was such a crazy, it's just a funny situational moment, and I want to do it justice, so I was like, I can't wait for people to see that.
Yeah, well, you literally have come up in this industry. I mean, Akilah and the Bee, for, us millennials, that was the movie.
Girl, yes!
Did you ever look back at your old work and, you're like, how, this is amazing, the body of work that you have?
I think I'm just so grateful to still have the same passion, because as a kid, everything is pretty simple. It's like, oh, I love soccer, or I love acting, I love singing, whatever it might be, your hobby or your thing. You never know what it's going to turn out to as you get older, and so the fact that I can still say this is my career, it's something I'm passionate about, but it's also something I've been able to continue to do and still love. That's what I'm most happy about.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you are on GMA. Holy cow, you are with Strahan Sara and Keke.
Yes.
Sarah and I were talking the other day about you.
Oh my gosh, where'd you guys at?
Yeah, Us Weekly. Us Weekly. Yep. Well, same thing. And she was just raving over you. She said you, Michael, and her joust the same. Can you tell me a little bit about that on-camera relationship you all have?
Well, Sarah and I always team up against Michael. That's really the gag. Before Sarah it was just her against Michael. Now it's me and her against Michael. And Michael is one of the best guys in the world because he actually can take it. And it's just so fun. Sometimes we always say, what if people knew what we were talking about before the show? We just have a very, I think, genuine relationship that is what shows on camera.
How do you manage it all with all this time and you have a book
Yeah.
that you tour and you talk to groups about, and then you have this movie, you're acting, and you are doing a morning or an afternoon show, a daytime talk show.
You know what? It's such a weird question. Sometimes I don't know how. I give really a lot of the props to my team, of course. They make sure I look good. Sometimes I'm in here and makeup at GMA 3, and I'm literally asleep. I wake up in the morning, I'm like, who is this? Because they've done the makeup, they've done the hair, and I was asleep the whole time. So definitely I give a shout out to my team, my assistant Chance. He makes sure that everything is scheduled. But that's really what makes it happen, you know what I'm saying? I can't do it alone. I show up, but it was a lot of other people that were involved to get me there.
And then with the Oscar buzz, I know that J-Lo's a little, don't jinx it, we don't want to talk about it, but just hearing all of that, did it surprise you? Were you like, no, I knew this was going to happen?
I wouldn't say it surprised me because I think her performance was incredible. Especially, you know, when people see the previews or the trailer, they might think one thing, but when you watch the movie, you definitely see that quality represented. So I think the thing I was excited, I was most surprised about was just like, wow, you know, I'm so happy that people saw the depth. You know, I think a lot of times people come into it, oh, strippers, it's gonna be that. Right. So the fact that people got it like I did when I saw it and showed the appreciation for it, that's what I was happy about.
Absolutely. And then we have 2 final questions that, do you know you're going viral right now?
Oh my gosh, that meme is so crazy. Literally. That meme slayed me because I really didn't know that man. So it was just like I didn't expect for people to respond to it that way. Ciao.
We have this thing at Hollywood Life too where we always just go, whose man is this? And I know it's a thing, so you really fit in, so now we're just going to do that.
Come on, let's go.
Let's go. Whose man is this? No, well, ready? 1, 2, 3. Whose man is this?
And that really is how it is when you go somewhere and a dude up on, whose man is this? That's literally how you feel.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so if you were to see Dick Cheney right now, like, what would you do?
I mean, I would say, sir, I've heard a lot of things that I'm not too happy about. Those were probably my first words. And then I'd be like, sorry to you, man.
True Jackson, BP.
Okay, out. Okay, out.
Mike, there we go.
Catch. That was good, girl.
Oh my gosh, I love you, Keke
I love you
Palmer.
too. It's always good to see you.
Always good to see you.
Yes.
Slay here at the Creators Summit.